Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. They're starting a little early on me, so I'm running a little bit late. My apologies. Michael is on the bump uh, for the uh, for the Bears. Michael starts with a strike, and I'm about to score that, and comes to the plate for ball one. Misses a little low. All right, Michael gets the sign from Tillman. He comes set. He delivers and misses on the outside for 2-1 count. Last time they met, the Bears won the game, and if I'm not mistaken, it was 5 innings, maybe 6. Michael comes to the plate. The ball's put in play down the first base side. First baseman makes a play. Michael comes over and covers. Now batting number 2, Henry Weber. That brings up Henry Weber. Henry did play base travel ball with a lot of these boys, and 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 has has done great uh, for for the Eagles this week. Looks like the umpires are going to come together and talk about whether he got there on time. I do believe. All right, Coach asks for help. He comes and gets help, and they do not overturn the call. Henry is a Chuan uh, commit. He's going to be playing for Chuan at the next level. And Michael comes to the plate. Henry swinging a miss. All right. Henry has an older brother, played a lot of baseball for West Craven as well. Comes to the plate. Henry puts the ball in play to the second baseman, and he throws it off, and Paxton is pulled off. So Henry is on base. Now batting for the Eagles, number 5, Bryce Swindell. Bryce is another player that's played quite a bit of baseball with me over the years, and he is a shortstop. I do believe he is a junior, if I'm not mistaken, for the Eagles. Pulling things out here, Bryce Swindell, yes, he is a junior for the Eagles. Michael comes to the plate, and he's swinging a miss. Henry stays put. Henry does like to run. I expect him to move up on the bases if he can, and but he doesn't have much of a lead over there, so maybe they're not looking to move up just yet. And Michael misses on the outside. Doesn't miss by much, but does miss on the outside. And Michael gets the sign from Tillman, checks the runner who's going, and it's popped up out of play. Foul ball. It brings up a 1-2 count for Bryce Swindell here, and Bryce did. They looked like they had a bunt and run on there. Henry took off, and Bryce squared around the bunt, fouled it off a little bit, or not a little bit, fouled it off behind the plate here. Michael comes to the plate and misses just a little low and away. Check swing by Bryce. He did not go. The boys are on spring break this week, I do believe. Michael comes set. He delivers. Curveball drops in there, but he does not get the call. And Henry runs, and the ball is not in time. That brings up a full count. Full count for Bryce Swindell here. He's a 3-hole hitter playing shortstop tonight. Michael comes to the plate and fouls it off. Bryce fouls it off. Is it not up there? Oh, there it is. No, that's not it. Yeah. All right. Michael comes set, checks the runners. He delivers, and the curveball misses low and puts runners on first and second. Now batting number 4, Levi Abner. It's going to bring up the freshman phenom, Levi Abner, who is playing third base tonight. There it is. And Michael comes to the plate, and he starts with a strike. Strike 1. That gives Levi a 0-1 count. And looks to Michael looking to stay ahead here. Michael comes set, checks the runner, delivers. Levi's backing out, and Henry goes, and he is thrown out. Caught stealing. That gives us 2 outs. That gives us 2 outs. The count is 1-1 on Levi Abner, and my man Bryce did not advance from second. Henry read a dirt ball, and Tillman picked it out of the dirt, threw it down to third, where Garrett made the tag. Again, we've got a 1-1 count. Michael comes to the plate, misses just a little high. And all the boys know that Bryce likes to run a little bit too, so they're looking to try to get to the plate quick and get it out of the glove. And Pick is not in time. Looking to get to the plate quick, get it out of the glove quick, get it down to second base. So and he picks, not in time. Michael comes set. He delivers, misses up and away. That gives Levi a 3-1 count. We've got 2 outs here in the top of the first. Score 0-0. Michael comes to the plate and swing and a miss. Brings up a full count. Full count with 2 outs. Runners going to be moving. And Michael comes to the plate, misses high for ball 4. Now batting the right fielder, number 8, Brighton Wilson. That's going to bring up the right fielder, number 8, Brighton Wilson. Brighton is a junior for the West Craven, for the Eagles tonight. Not only tonight, but all season. But Brighton is a junior. Played a little softball with Brighton's dad back in the day. Michael comes to the plate. The ball's hit right up the middle. And Luke makes the play, tags second for the final out of the inning. And that's going to take us to the bottom of the first inning, where the boys are going to look to add some runs early here. I'm going to pause things and get the lineup straight. Thanks, guys. All right. Edwards. Zach Edwards is pitching for the Eagles. Connor Morris leads off for the Bears. Edwards misses just a little high. Uh, Edwards is another young man known well by me, and he hits. So Connor is hit by pitch. Now batting, number 11, Jess Brinson. So that brings up the shortstop tonight, Jess Brinson. As I said earlier, it's spring break for these young men today, this week. So Carter Huffman must be out of town, and that ball's thrown behind Jess, uh, and so. Connor moves up to second base, gets us a runner in scoring position. Uh, I think Zach must be pushing a little bit here. He's usually a lot more consistent than this. Once to strike these boys out, they're all known to each other. They all know each other well. He steps off, wants to take a deep breath. Again, I will be doing the announcing tonight over to PA, so if I scream in your ear, my apologies. Edwards comes to the plate. Jess swinging, foul ball. That gives him a 1-1 count. And we've got nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. They started early. I was running a little late, so all those things together made for a disaster first inning for me, guys. Edwards comes to the plate, misses on the outside. That brings up a 2-1 count. Edwards was pretty effective against us the first game out in Vanceboro. And Edwards comes to the plate and misses just a little up. Gives Jess a 3-1 count. If I know Jess, he's head hunting one pitch one time. And look for him to do some damage here if Edwards puts it in the strike zone. And he swings hard, hits down the third baseline. It gets past Abner, and Coach does send Connor. That gives him a stand-up double. Now batting, number 47, Mike Woodard. That's going to bring up Mike Woodard with a runner in scoring position. That does give the Bears the lead. Connor scores on the double by Jess Brinson. Did you score that an error or a double there, Rick? He calls it an error, so we're going to give him an error. Edwards comes to the plate, misses ball one. So Jess will be credited with an RBI, but not credited with a base hit. So Edwards comes to the plate. It's in a little bit, but he gets the call for strike one. That gives him a 1-1 count. 1-1 count on the pitcher, Mike Woodard. Mike is a senior here, and Edwards misses on the outside. Mike is a senior here. You've heard me say it a bunch. He is a Wake Tech commit. Going to go play some baseball. Coach Ellsworth's brother is an assistant up there. Edwards comes to the plate, misses high for 3-1 count. Coach Ellsworth's brother is an assistant at Wake Tech, and so Michael's going to go up there and keep it all in the family, I think. Edwards comes to the plate and misses low for a walk. Now batting, number 12, Tillman Caskey. Courtesy runner for the pitcher, number 22, Caleb Morris. I did that backwards, didn't I, Rick? Tillman's batting, so when he gets on, he's going to have a courtesy runner also. So I'm going to make sure I make that announcement correct the next time. And Edwards comes to the plate, and he does start with a strike there on Tillman. Probably a good take. Edwards struggling with the strike zone this afternoon, so I would call that a good take for Tillman. Tillman, our catcher. All the guys struggled at the plate Friday night, and Edwards misses high, gives Tillman a 1-1 count. All of our guys struggled at the plate on Friday night against Topsail. Topsail is a pretty good little ball club, and we're looking to get the bats going and get the bats hot and stay hot here. Edwards comes to the plate, and the curveball drops right in there for a strike 2. That gives Tillman a 1-2 count. So the Bears are wearing black pants, pink jerseys. The Eagles are in white pants, pink jerseys. Edwards comes set, checks the runner out there at second, delivers, and the curveball misses on the outside. That gives Tillman a 2-2 count. So we have Caleb Morris on first, Jess Brinson at second. All of them itching to get across the plate here. And Tillman hits a deep fly ball to left field, and left fielders camped out under it for the first out of the inning. Now batting, the first baseman, number 40, Paxton Reagan. Number 40. The boys are all wearing different numbers tonight. I did not change it on the stream. The pink jerseys. Rick said that they just wore what they had probably. So Edwards comes to the plate and he misses on the outside for ball 1. So we have 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Edwards is pitching. He's got a 1-0 count on Paxton Reagan. Comes to the plate. Paxton hits it, fouls it back off for a 1-1 count. And I don't think it got anywhere near the camera, so we should be good. I don't have my second iPad here tonight, guys, so I'm not able to watch the stream. So if things get out of whack, I'll have to get out there and fix it. I'm not able to watch it as closely as normal. So Paxton has a 1-1 count. We still have runners on first and second. Edwards getting the sign. He comes set. Checks the runner a couple times. Nobody there. He steps off. Jess kept extending the lead. Edwards was looking back at him several times. I like it that he mixes up his looks pretty well. He goes to the plate, and Paxton hits a ground ball to the second baseman. Second baseman flips it over to Bryce Swindell for the first out. I'm sorry, the second out of the inning, but not before we move runners into third, and Paxton is on first. Now batting the center fielder, number 9, Khalil Wooten. So that brings up the center fielder, Khalil Wooten. Khalil has been hitting well, and Edwards' curveball falls right into the strike zone for an 0-1 count. And ball on the inside. Rick, it looks like we still have a runner out there at second base, so we only have 1 out, and we have bases loaded. I don't know what happened over there, but they must have called him safe. Edwards misses on the top half. Brings up a 2-1 count. So now like I said, we have a 2-1 count, 1 out here in the bottom of the first. My apologies. Rick and I both, and a ground ball to the second baseman again. Second baseman flips it over to Bryce Swindell, where he gets the first out and the second out. So that's a double play. Run does not score, so the Bears lead 1-0 after one. After one, Khalil hit into a double play. So, like I said, after one, the Bears lead 1-0. We're going to head to the second inning where we're going to have Zach Edwards, Landon Crochet, and Blake Deem coming to the plate. Thank you guys for watching this broadcast brought to you by New Bern Live and Stalls Medical and Adaptive Vans. Now pitching for the Eagles, the pitcher, number 17, Zach Edwards. So I don't know if you guys caught that. Rick is correcting me here. I announced him as the now pitching for the Eagles, number 1, Zach Edwards. Michael comes to the plate and he gets that low strike called on Edwards. Michael is still pitching. Michael comes set, delivers. Edwards fouls it off for strike 2. That gives Edwards an 0-2 count. Mike has worked ahead. And again, I like to say work ahead, now stay ahead. And he misses just up, just high. Michael comes set. He delivers. Curveball is hit by Edwards to the second baseman, Luke Byers, where Byers Luke Lawhorn, where Luke throws it across the first for the out. Now batting, number 13, Landon Crochet. Somebody needs to come and tell me how to pronounce that young man's name, because I'm going to butcher it all night long if they don't. All right, Michael comes set. He delivers. Swing and a miss for strike 1. So Michael does start with a strike. Hopefully he can stay ahead here. Comes to the plate. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. So Michael starts with an 0-2 count to Landon Crochet. Crochet is playing center field tonight for the Bears. Michael looks like he's tying his shoes. I ran into Michael this weekend. He had just finished a pickleball match, and I don't know if he won or not. We'll have to ask him after the game. All right, Michael does get the sign from Tillman. He comes set, delivers to Crochet, and swing and a miss for strike 3. That brings up the second out of the night, of the inning. Now batting, the second baseman, number 1, Blake Deem. That brings up Blake Deem. I do believe that's his first strikeout, right, Rick? All right, first strikeout of the night. I'm going to try to mark him down for him. Michael comes set, delivers, misses inside for ball 1. Michael comes set. He delivers. And he gets the call on the outside corner for a 1-1 count. Count is 1-1 on Deem. Deem is a sophomore, I do believe. Nope, he is a junior. Michael delivers and misses low. That brings up a 2-1 count. Michael comes set, delivers, swing and a miss. Strike 2. That gives him a Deem has a 2-2 count. The deuce is wild in the top of the second. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Michael delivers. Ball's put in play. And Luke makes a diving catch get for the out. Nice play, Luke, out there. All right, that gets us out of the second inning, where the Bears will have Trent Sparks, Luke Lawhorn, and Trey Walston leading off. Thank you guys for watching. All right, Edwards still pitching on the mound and starts with a strike to Trent Sparks. Trent Sparks, the sophomore. And Edwards misses low and away for ball 1. That gives Trent a 1-1 count. Trent's looking to get on base, get the leadoff runner on. And misses upstairs for 2-1 count. Trent playing right field tonight. Pitched against, and he hits the ball hard in the 5-6 hole for a single. Now batting, the second baseman, number 8, Luke Lawhorn. And hopefully I didn't scream too big in your ear. So Trent Sparks does lead off, get on base, brings Luke Lawhorn to the plate. And the curveball gets back into the strike zone. Luke fouls it off. Right fielder gives chase, not in time for strike 1. And the umpire's telling him to throw it off, not in play. Seamster over there first tosses it into the dugout. Over there for Coach McKeel. All right, Edwards. He gets a sign from Henry, his catcher, and he picks off, not in time. Henrod. So Henry's dad is into cars, and there was one day that Henry, when he was probably 9 years old. All right, Edwards comes set. He delivers. Edwards squares around, not in time, and Trent does pick up a stolen base at second base. And that brings it to a 1-1 count. Anyway, Henry comes to the ball field talking about his dad's hot rod. And he just couldn't stop talking about his dad's hot rod, so I started calling him Henrod. Edwards comes to the plate. Foul ball. So Luke fouls that one off, gives him a 1-2 count. So if you hear me call Henry Henrod, that's the story behind the nickname that I gave Henry in his travel ball days several years ago. He's 18. He probably would not appreciate me telling that story on air. And Luke fouls that one off too. And the count remains 1-2. But knowing all these boys, you guys might get more stories than you wanted to hear from Todd Rust here. Edwards comes to the plate. Luke fouls it off. Count remains 1-2. I know Luke is itching to swing the bat, itching to get a base knock. Edwards comes to the plate with a curveball. It's hit to left field, over the left fielder's head. That ball is hit deep over the left fielder's head. Trent Sparks getting waved in. Relay is not going to be in time, and Luke has a stand-up double with an RBI. Now batting, the designated hitter number 10, Trey Walston. All right, that's going to bring up Trey Walston. We have a runner in scoring position at second, which is Luke Lawhorn, who just doubled. Trey's looking to get an RBI in the books here. Edwards comes set, checks the runner, misses up and in for ball one. Edwards comes set, checks his runner, delivers, and doesn't get the call on the outside for ball two. That gives us a 2-0 count. And Edwards comes to the plate, and that time he does get the call for a 2-1 count. Looked like that one was a little bit up, a little bit higher, so that's probably why he got the call. All right, Trey digs in, and Edwards misses in the dirt for a 31 count. Count is now 3-1. And again, we have no outs here in the bottom of the second inning, looking to break things open. Top of the lineup's about to roll back around. Edwards comes set. And he asked for time. Now, no, that is not a balk because all right, I'm going to argue with the umpire here. He did call a balk. However, the batter cannot cause the balk. And in this case, Trey asked for time. Edwards saw it and stopped. And he comes to the plate for called strike two. Now, that would be just my opinion. However, I think I have the rule correct. In this case, I feel like Trey did cause the balk. So it would not have been a balk in my eyes. And Edwards comes to the plate, and Trey fouls it off. Rick's helping me here. I keep threatening to get him a headset, but he says he wouldn't even wear it if I brought it for him. So Edwards comes set, delivers, and Trey fouls it off. Count remains full. Was it off the umpire's head? All right. Looked like it came off the umpire's head. I saw it bounce off a little odd. I'm not sure. I didn't see it hit his head. Like I said, I was rushing around trying to get here, running late. They started early, so all that has me a little bit out of sorts. Can I blame that the whole game, Rick? No. I've already used that excuse. Oops. All right, Edwards comes set, delivers, and he gets the call. Strike three. That wraps us back up to Connor Morris. Now batting number 2, Connor Morris. That brings up the leadoff hitter, Connor Morris, where Edwards gets the call for strike one looking. Connor did get on last inning and scored. And that curveball comes right back in there for strike two. And Edwards starts off with an 0-2 count on Connor Morris. Connor, like I said, Connor did get on last inning, hit by pitch, if I'm not mistaken. And that one almost gets him again on the inside. Brings up a ball one, gives us a 1-2 count. Connor is looking to stroke one here pretty well. Edwards comes set, delivers. Connor fouls it off down the left field line. All right, Edwards gets the sign from Weber. Comes set, delivers, and Connor ground ball to the shortstop where Bryce makes the play, throws it across the diamond for the out, but not before the Bears score. That gives the Bears a 3-0 lead. Now batting the shortstop, number 11, Jess Brinson. That brings up Jess Brinson. Jess did reach on an error last inning, in the first inning, looking for Jess to hit it solid again and get on cleanly this time. Edwards comes to the plate. Jess takes ball one on the outside. Gives Jess a 1-0 count. Michael trots over there, picks up the foul ball. All right, Jess digs in. He gives Edwards the stink eye. Edwards is in his windup. He delivers. Jess fouls it off. Out in the parking lot. That brings up a 1-1 count. So Edwards has a 1-1 count on Brinson. Edwards comes to the plate. And Jess hits it right up the middle. Shortstop does get there. Swindell throws it across the diamond and in time for the third out. That's going to take us to the top of the third inning. Thank you guys for watching. This broadcast is brought to you by Newbern Live and Stall's Medical and Adaptive Vans. And the umpire gave the 2 pitches left to Michael and Tillman. The Eagles are going to lead off with Austin Morris, then back to the top, Caden Seamster and Henry Weber. Now batting the left fielder, number 7, Austin Morris. That brings up, as I said, Austin Morris for the Eagles. Austin is a junior as well. He's a young man that I don't know very well. May have moved in later or something. And Michael comes to the plate, and Austin fouls it off. All right, Michael comes to the plate, and that curveball misses on the inside. Beautiful curveball. He started in the strike zone, finished it out of the strike zone inside. If he starts that just a little bit further out, probably comes back in. And Michael throws, and a swing and a miss by Morris. And so Michael has a 1-2 count on the batter. Batter asks for time, and it is granted. All right, Michael gets a sign from Tillman and comes to the plate. Misses just a little high for a 2-2 count. Michael gets a sign from Tillman, comes set, and delivers. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. That gives Michael his second strikeout for the night. Now batting the first baseman, number 10, Caden Seamster. That brings up Caden Seamster. Caden is a senior. Caden is going to be playing football at the next level. Michael comes set, comes to the plate, misses low for ball 1. Caden, I'm not sure what school he's going to play football. I probably should have had that information ready. Michael comes set, delivers, where Seamster fouls it off for a 1-1 count. Seamster's one of those kids with a good birthday, depending on how you look at it. Michael delivers, curveball falls right back in there. He played travel ball with most of the junior class. That's why I say he has a good birthday. Played travel ball with the junior class till he got into high school. And he's swinging a miss for strike 3. That's 2 outs here. Now batting the catcher, number 2, Henry Weber. That brings up Henry Weber and gives Michael another strikeout. His third strikeout for the night. And again, Henry is known very well by me. Michael comes set, delivers, and misses low. Ball 1. Again, the senior class here on the field here at New Bern. Henry played on that same team for several years, and I coached it. And that ball missed. I never got the sign, so it must have been a ball. That's ball 2 here on Henry Weber. I'm sorry, that's a 1-1 count. And I thought it looked like a strike. So, all right, Michael comes set, delivers, and a curveball falls right in there for a swing and a miss. Henry swings and misses. That gives us a 1-2 count. And again, we've got 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd inning. Michael comes set, delivers, misses upstairs for a 2-2 count. The deuce is wild here in the top of the 3rd. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Michael gets the sign from Tillman, comes set, delivers. And Henry hits the ball into left field where Connor is camped out under it for the 3rd out of the inning. And that's going to take us to the bottom of the 3rd inning, where the Bears are going to lead off with Mike Woodard, Tillman Caskey, then Paxton Reagan. Heart of the order coming up, looking to get some more get some more runs here. Edwards looks like he's still heading out to the mound, so thank you guys for watching this broadcast brought to you by Stalls Medical and Adaptive Vans and Newbern Live. And Henry gets the coming down sign. So Henry's going to throw it down. He throws it down one hopper where Bryce cannot handle it. Now batting for the Bears, the pitcher, number 47, Mike Woodard. I think my voice is not coming through as well as the music is out there. Nobody's complaining, so I guess it's okay, but I'm sure the boys will let me know about it afterwards. Michael hits the ball high and deep. The right fielder's going back, and he does not make the catch. It's off the wall. Michael's held up at second base for a double. Now batting, the catcher, number 12, Tillman Caskey. I probably should wait until the music is finished and then announce them. Music first, or I'm asking Rick if I do the music first and then announce them, or announce them and then do the music. Their names, instead of announcing it over the music. All right, Edwards comes to the plate, and Tillman hits to the shortstop. Shortstop cannot make the play, and coach holds up Caleb Morris. I'm going to score that an error as well. Now batting, number 40, Paxton Reagan. Pinch runner for the catcher, number 14, Hunt Brinson. Hopefully that came through okay. I know I don't hear it in here either. We're not hearing me when I announce it, so we're kind of trying to figure out if it's coming through okay with the mic. I did a little bit of work up here on Sunday. Eric Queen came up here and helped me. Eric and I figured out how to use the sound system a little bit better. Edwards comes to the plate and misses on the outside for ball one. That gives Paxton a 1-0 count. Thank you, Eric Queen, for helping me with the sound system up here over the weekend. Edwards comes set, checks the runner, delivers. Paxton puts the ball in play right back to the pitcher where he throws it into center field. And that scores one more run for the Bears. Now batting, the center fielder, number 9, Khalil Wooten. That makes me think I've got to scream it into the mic. At any rate, Khalil Wooten digs into the box. We've got runners on first and second. Got Hunt Brinson there at second, and Paxton Reagan at first. That curveball does not quite get in there for ball one. Bears lead 4-0 here in the bottom of the third inning. Edwards still pitching. Khalil Wooten's in the box. Edwards comes to the plate, and Khalil fouls it off. That gives Khalil a 1-1 count. And Luke Lawhorn trots over, gets the foul ball, trots back. Edwards gets the sign from Henrod. Edwards spins, picks off, but not in time. All right, Edwards comes set, delivers, and Wooten fouls it off. That gives Khalil a 1-2 count. Khalil does his best work with 2 strikes, so I'm looking for good things here, even though he's in a hole 1-2. We got nobody out here. Runners on first and second. Base knock off the fence may score more than 1. So the runners advance on a wild pitch there. Yeah, no more double play, as Rick said. Rick, again, I'm going to get him a microphone, get him a speaker, and get him a headset. I know y'all are tired of hearing me talk all the time. that gives Khalil a 2-2 count. Khalil is digging in, ready to bang one off the wall for a 2 RBI. And he swings, comes up empty. That gives us our first out. Now batting the right fielder, number 15, Trent Sparks. That gives us Trent Sparks. He's playing right field tonight. Edwards comes to the plate, misses up. Misses up. All right, Edwards gets the sign from Henry. Comes to the plate, and they got the corner for strike 1. That gives Trent a 1-1 count. Now Trent's looking to bang one off the right center wall for 2 RBI single or double. And that's up and out of play for strike 2. Paxton has a very healthy lead. Looks like the infield is in. Coach McKeel wants the out at home. Infield's in. Edwards comes to the plate. Sparks fouls it off. Count is 1-2. And he comes to the plate. Swings, comes up empty. That gives us 2 outs. Now batting the second baseman, number 8, Luke Lawhorn. All right, that brings up Luke Lawhorn here. And the ball is in the dirt, trickles away. Luke says, not far enough. Stay down there at third. So we have Hunt Brinson, number 14, on third. Paxton Reagan is on second. So we've got 2 runners in scoring position. For our batter, second baseman Luke Lawhorn. Luke has been hitting well this season. And he fouls that one off his body for a 1-1 count. We do have 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Looking to score a few more runs. Busted open a little bit here. Edwards comes to the plate. Luke swings. Fouls it off. Henry gives chase. It's out of play for a 1-2 count. A lot of noise out there. Must have been close to hitting somebody. So All right. Luke digs back in. Edwards gets a sign from Henry. Checks the runner. Comes to the plate. And he misses on the outside. Gives us a 2-2 count here in the bottom of the third inning where the deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Edwards gets a sign from Weber. He delivers. And Luke swings, comes up empty for the third out of the inning. That's going to take us to the top of the fourth inning. So JV team won 13-3 against the Eagles earlier tonight. So great job, JV Bears, and look for them to continue their win streak. They've won several in a row, if I'm not mistaken. And where we head to the top of the fourth inning, where the Eagles will plate Bryce Swindell, Levi Abner, and Brighton Wilson. Thank you guys for watching. This broadcast is brought to you by New Bern Live. Now batting for the Eagles, the shortstop, number 5, Bryce Swindell. I had to give him just one. Huh? Bryce has played for me forever. Bryce is a good kid. I had to announce him a little bit better than normal for a visiting team. Mike does miss on the outside. Hopefully my announcement of Bryce's name did not get in Mike's head. Mike comes to the plate. Oh, where he does not get the call. That looked like a strike from in here. Bryce is crowding the plate, which he always has done, but if that ball doesn't hit him, it's a strike, if you ask me. Michael comes to the plate, and he gets that call for a 2-1 count. Michael gets the call from Tillman and misses high for a 3-1 count. All right, Michael's going to take advantage of a pitch here. Comes to the plate, and Swindell hits it into no man's land right over the shortstop's head, where Bryce gets a single. Now batting, the third baseman, number 4, Levi Abner. That's going to bring up Levi Abner for the Eagles. Levi did not reach first time up. Bryce over there does like to run. I look for Coach McKeel to get him down to second base within the first couple of pitches. He may not run. And Michael picks not in time. May not run because Michael's big lefty. He's got a good move. If he catches him leaning, that wasn't Michael's best move. But when Michael catches him leaning, he's got a really good move that he throws over there. Michael misses up and away on that one. Michael has 3 moves. My best recollection. His best move he saves for when they're leaning. All right, that ball misses away for a 2-0 count. Tillman runs out there to calm his pitcher down. Michael's, I'm not sure how many pitches he's at. I've not looked at it lately. You guys could probably tell me. Because I'm not watching the stream like I normally do. And so he's got 55 pitches. I just looked at it, guys. So Michael comes to the plate. Abner swings and misses. Michael comes to the plate. Abner fouls it off for a 2-2 count. We've got no outs here at the top of the fourth. Bryce Swindell, the runner on first. Abner, the cleanup hitter for the Eagles, got a 2-2 count. Michael comes set, checks the runner, delivers, ball's up in foul territory. Paxton and Tillman give chase where it's out of play. Count remains 2-2. All right. Here we go. Ball has been put back in play. Tillman gives the sign to Mike. Mike comes set, delivers, and that curveball falls right back in there for Michael's fourth strikeout of the night. Now batting the right fielder, number 8, Brighton Wilson. That's going to bring up Brighton Wilson. Again, Brighton, another kid that's known to me. His dad and I played a little softball when he was still in a stroller. Neither one of us get to play much softball anymore. And Michael comes to the plate for strike one. Wilson was asking for time. Umpire did not grant it. And Michael did exactly what he was supposed to do. Bring it to the plate. And Brighton squares around, pulls back in time for ball one. That gives Wilson a 1-1 count. Bryce Swindell still the runner at first. Garrett Matthews toes her on the grass down there at third. Mike Pick's not in time. Bryce's grandfather and I ran the Sunday School League for a long time. And Wilson fouls it off for strike two. Swindell down there at first, his grandfather and I ran the Sunday School League for several years. Mike's a really good guy. And I would say Stacy Caraway's probably over there watching. Michael comes to the plate where he misses low for a 2-2 count. Tillman gets the sign from the dugout, relays it into Mike. Mike comes set, delivers, curveball drops right in there, fouled off. Wilson fights it off to stay alive. It was a pretty curveball there. Michael comes set, delivers, and Wilson fouls another one off. Count remains 2-2. Michael comes to the plate, swing and a miss. Strike 3 for out number 2. That gives Michael 5 strikeouts on the night. Now batting the pitcher, number 17, Zach Edwards. That brings up the pitcher, number 17, Zach Edwards. Edwards, I do believe, I don't remember what Edwards did last time up. So I'm not even going to talk about it. Swindell still at second, or still at first. Michael comes to the plate, misses low for ball one. Michael's arm action tonight looks great. Talking to himself up there on the mound. Comes set, delivers for strike one on Edwards. That gives Edwards a 1-1 count. Michael's got him in a 1-1 count here with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Michael does come set, delivers for strike 2. That's a heck of a pitch right there. Pounding the black corner of the plate there. Michael comes to the plate where it's a swing and a miss for strike 3. That gets us out of the top of the 4th. Takes us to the bottom of the 4th. Thank you guys for watching. This broadcast is brought to you by Newbern Live and Stalls Medical and Adaptive Vans. Now batting for your Bears, number 10, Trey Walston. Did you hear me that time? All right, Trey Walston's going to lead off in the bottom of the 4th inning. So we got Trey Walston, Connor Morris, Jess Brinson, top 3 hitters. And Edwards comes to the plate. Curveball does get in the strike zone for strike 1. So Trey in the box, he drives the ball to the shortstop, where the shortstop makes the play. Bryce Swindell does make the play. Now batting, the left fielder, number 2, Connor Morris. That brings up Connor Morris here in the 4th. Connor got on first inning and did not get on the 2nd inning. That curveball does not quite get back into the strike zone. So Connor starts with a 1-0 count. Edwards gets the sign from Weber, delivers, and misses up and away. That gives Connor a 2-0 count. Now, Connor is headhunting one pitch one time. I tell them they're in a box and they wait for it to hit their box and then they go for it. And that ball misses just a little low. Gives Connor a 3-0 count. There again, if I know Coach Ellsworth, he's probably going to give him a take sign, but that's okay. Edwards comes to the plate, misses on the outside. Now batting the shortstop, number 11, Jess Brinson. That brings up Jess Brinson with Connor Morris down there at first. Connor again likes to run. He's got a good 12-foot lead. Actually, umpire is had called time. Not sure what was going on there. Connor's got a good aggressive lead. Comes to the plate, and Jess Brinson hits it through the 5-6 hole. That's between the third baseman and the shortstop, folks. That gives him a single. Now batting, the pitcher, number 47, Mike Woodard. That's going to bring up the pitcher, Mike Woodard, looking to help himself out. We do have a runner in scoring position. Looks like Coach McKeel's coming out to get Edwards. He's carrying out a glove, so it's probably the first baseman who is going to be going in to pitch. And Coach McKeel's adjusting the mound. Henrod's adjusting the mound. He's going to wait for the umpire to walk out there before he gives the ball to another player. He does give Seamster his pitching glove and the ball. So we're going to have a pitching change here in the bottom of the fourth inning. And we've got Mike Woodard in the box. I'm going to mute things out, take myself a little break. That's my mistake, folks. We've got Levi Abner going to the plate, or coming to the mound. We've got Seamster moving over to third base, and Edwards moving to first base. Just a little bit of shift in defense. Abner, the freshman pitcher, is coming on to see what he can do with the Bear bats. I'm going to mute us out and see what I can find out here. So the umpire gives them two more. And with Edwards moving over to first base, he was afforded the opportunity to throw a few on the infield here. And the ball is, and we're about to get back started here, guys. I'm going to play Mike some music again. Batting the pitcher, number 47, Mike Woodard. All right, Mike is looking to help himself out up there. Abner comes to the plate, misses upstairs for ball one. And my pen died out. I'm going to have to use my finger on the score. That gives so Michael has a 1-0 count. We got a runner in scoring position. Michael's usually successful in that. And he drives the ball to right field. He gets down for at least a single. And coach is waving Morris around and brings Jess to third. That gives Michael an RBI single with runners on the corners. Courtesy runner number 22, Caleb Morris. Now batting, number 12, Tillman Caskey. Again, we've got runners on the corners for the catcher, Tillman Caskey. And Henry calls the sign in. Abner is pitching for the Eagles. Abner is a freshman phenom. And a runner goes. Henry, they run the cut play. So runner advances, defensive indifference. That gives Tillman 2 runners in scoring position. Tillman looking to do some damage here with a 5-0 lead. Abner comes set, comes to the plate, misses on the outside for ball 2. Abner comes set, checks on the runner down there at third, and Tillman swings, comes up empty. So we've got Caleb Morris, the runner at second. Is that correct? Yeah, we've got Caleb Morris, the runner at second. Jess Brinson down there at third. Tillman itching to put a bat on the ball and bring him in. Abner comes to the plate. He misses on the outside for a 3-1 count. So Tillman is headhunting now for 1 pitch, 1 time. Tillman drives the ball. And that ball misses for ball 4. Loads the bases. Now batting number 40, Paxton Reagan. That brings up the first baseman, Paxton Reagan. Corners are in for the Eagles. Middle's back. They've got 1 out. Abner comes set, comes to the plate, and Paxton's hit by pitch. Now batting, the center fielder, number 9, Khalil Wooten. All right, so the Bears now have a 6-0 lead. Bases still juiced for the center fielder, Khalil Wooten. Khalil's digging in. Swings, foul ball. That gives Khalil an 0-1 count. Oh, yeah. Abner comes to the plate, and that curveball drops right in there for strike 2. That gives Khalil an 0-2 count. 0-2 count here in the bottom of the 4th. Abner comes set, delivers, and Khalil watches strike 3 on the outside corner for out number 2. Now batting the right fielder, number 15, Trent Sparks. That brings up Trent Sparks. He's playing right field tonight. He did throw against the Pirates the other night. Trent swings at the first pitch. Ball's up in the air in foul territory where Henry camps out under it, completes the catch for the last out of the inning. That's going to take us to the top of the 5th inning where the Eagles are going to try to score. Hopefully the Bears can play solid defense and get out of this inning with no runs scored. The Eagles will bring up number 13, Landon Crochet, Blake Deem, and Austin Morris will be the first 3 batters of the inning. Thank you guys for watching this broadcast brought to you by Newbern Live and Stahls Medical and Adaptive Vans. All right, so Tillman throws it down. Batting for the Eagles, number 13, Landon Crochet. And again, if Landon is your son, I apologize for butchering his name. But all right, Michael comes set, delivers, swing and a miss. Michael delivers, and a swing and a miss for 0-2 count. I've got everything. Maybe. Michael delivers, foul ball. I'm hearing music, guys. I'm playing music for the scoreboard, and I'm hearing music. I had to unplug everything to make sure it wasn't going through the speakers. Michael comes set and gets called strike 3. Looking. That gives Michael his 6th strikeout of the night. Now batting for the Eagles, the second baseman, number 1, Blake Deem. That brings up Blake Deem for the Eagles. Blake was retired in the second. And that curveball drops right in there. Michael's curveball's gotten better as the nights went on. And Mike comes set, delivers, swing and a miss by Deem. That gives Michael an 0-2 count. So he's got Deem in an 0-2 hole here. Comes to that, delivers and misses. I'm not sure where. I can't tell you where that one missed. So gives Deem a 1-2 count. Mike comes to the plate, and Deem hits it. Second baseman makes a diving catch. Luke Lawhorn. What a play, guys. What a play. Great job there, Luke. Now batting the left fielder, number 7, Austin Morris. That's going to bring up the left fielder, Austin Morris. After that ESPN highlight by Luke Lawhorn over there at second, made a diving catch behind first. And he squares around, fouls it off. And Morris, again, squared around, fouled it off. Nobody on, 2 outs. Michael tells Garrett he needs to play even. Michael delivers, and Morris swings and misses for an 0-2 count. So Michael starts with an 0-2 count. Way to work ahead, kid. Morris asks for time. Pretty much as soon as he stepped in the box, wants to take a deep breath for the next pitch. Michael comes set, delivers, and misses somewhere. Looked like a strike from where I'm sitting, but umpire gives him benefit of the doubt. That brings it to a 1-2 count. And Michael misses on the inside that time. Mike comes set, delivers in the dirt for a full count. And I missed my chance to say the deuce is wild, didn't I? Good gracious. Man, what am I doing here? What am I doing? All right, we've got a full count with 2 outs on the 9-hole hitter Morris. Michael comes to the plate. A swing and a miss. Strike 3. That's going to take us to the bottom of the 5th inning where the Bears try to end this thing early. Thank you guys for watching. This broadcast is brought to you by Newbern Live and Stall's Medical and Adaptive Vans. Abner is still on the bump for the Eagles. Coach Hardy trots down there to first base. That means the action's about to start heating up for us. We're going to lead off with Luke Lawhorn, Trey Walston, and wrap back around to the top of the lineup for Connor Morris. Hopefully we can put 4 on the board and go home while it's still daylight. All right. Now batting, the second baseman, number 8, Luke Lawhorn. That brings up the second baseman, Luke Lawhorn. And he hits the ball on the infield. Everybody gives chase. Third baseman camps out under it and completes the out. Now batting, the designated hitter, number 10, Trey Walston. That brings up Trey Walston here, the 9-hole hitter. He's the designated hitter tonight, hitting for number 16, Garrett Matthews, playing third. Trey takes a healthy swing, comes up empty for an 0-1 count. Levi's in his windup, delivers curveball, comes back in there. Trey fouls it off where Edwards over there at first camps out under it and makes the out. Now batting, the left fielder, number 2, Connor Morris. All right, that brings up the top of our lineup, Connor Morris. Connor is looking to hit the ball. He hits it right up the middle. Blake Dean charges, makes the play, throws it across the diamond to complete the out. That's going to take us to the top of the 6th inning. That's what I get for asking for. That's what I get for asking for the guys to complete it so I can go home in the daylight. Thank you guys for watching. This broadcast brought to you by Newbern Live. All right, and Tillman throws a strike down at her second base. Leading off for the Eagles, the third baseman, number 10, Caden Seamster. It's going to bring up the third baseman, Caden Seamster. Michael gets the sign from Tillman, comes set. He delivers, and the ball's put in play. Michael, showing his athleticism, gets the ball right off the mound, throws it across the diamond, and completes the out. Now batting the catcher, number 2, Henry Weber. That's going to bring up Henry Weber, and Henry again committed to Chawan. We have one out here in the top of the 6th inning. Michael starts with a ball in the dirt for 1-0 count. And Michael Put a little extra mustard on that one. Missed up and away for a 2-0 count. Michael and Henry are good friends. Michael wants to get him out. Henry doesn't want him to get him out, and he does hold up for a 3-0 count. Michael, take advantage of your free pitch here, son. He delivers, and strike one is called. That's a 3-1 count. With a 3-0 count, very rarely do they let him swing the bat, so I just say take advantage of your free pitch here. Michael comes to the plate, swing and a miss by Henry. That brings it to a full count. Full count with 1 out. Michael comes set, delivers, swing and a miss for strike 3 and second out of the inning. Now batting the shortstop, number 5, Bryce Swindell. I did give Bryce just a little extra emphasis on his name earlier, so he can't say that I didn't show him a little bit of love out here in New Bern. But again, Bryce was one of my guys from the past, just like Henry is. But I'm a Bear through and through. And Michael, the curveball, doesn't quite get back into the strike zone, so starts with a 1-0 count. Michael comes set and delivers, and that one stayed up a little bit for a 2-0 count. That gives Bryce Swindell a 2-0 count. Michael Woodard's still pitching. Michael delivers, and that ball's popped up. Paxton gives chase. So does Tillman, and the ball's out of play for strike 1. That's a 2-1 count on Bryce Swindell. Bryce comes from Bryce, good family, good kid, and he's been playing well here, but hopefully he's not as successful against the Bears here. Michael comes set, delivers for called strike 2. That gives us deuces wild here in the top of the 6th. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Rick tapped me on the elbow to make sure I didn't miss it that time. It's my favorite thing to say if you hadn't figured it out just yet. Michael comes to the plate, misses on the outside. That gives us a full count with 2 outs. If there were any runners on, I would say runners are moving, but nobody's on. Michael comes to the plate where he hits it back to the pitcher. Michael gets it, and they call foul ball. No wonder Michael wasn't in a hurry to throw it over there. And no wonder Bryce was no farther out of the box than he was. Foul ball explains a lot right there. All right, so we're resetting with a full count, 2 outs. Umpire wipes the plate, puts the ball in play. Michael gets the sign from Tillman, comes set, delivers, and Bryce hits the ball high and deep, and they're not going to get to it. Khalil cuts it off before it gets to the fence, but not before Bryce has a stand-up double. Now batting the pitcher, number 4, Levi Abner. That's going to bring up the pitcher, freshman phenom number 4, Levi Abner. And he does have a runner on second in scoring position. Michael comes set, checks the runner. He delivers. Abner puts it in play to the shortstop, Jess Brinson. Makes the play, throws it across the diamond, where we complete the out. No, the ball is, he's safe. The ball is dribbling out there to first. So the Eagles now have runners on the corners. For the hitter, Brighton Wilson. Yep, the pitcher is getting a pinch runner. I'm not sure what the number is. I apologize. I'm not going to be able to make an announcement for the name here, guys. I will apologize to the parents. Now batting for the Eagles, number 8, Brighton Wilson. That brings up Brighton. Okay, Coach Ellsworth's going to make a visit. I think he is recognizing what I think I recognized, and that is that Michael's getting a little tired. Uh, gonna, I think they're, I think Brighton's going to see a new arm, and that arm is going to be. I'm not sure who that arm is going to be, but that's a great outing by Mike Woodard. He ends the day with 8 strikeouts. Ends the night with 8 strikeouts. And it's going to give us a new pitcher. It looks like my man Paxton is going to trot off and get his pitching glove, get rid of his first base mitt, and we're going to make some changes. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what they are going to be, and I announced them wrong earlier, so I'm going to wait before I announce things here. Okay, folks. Actually, here we go. Looks like my man Jess Brinson is going to be the pitcher of record. Is going to be the pitcher. We've got Caleb Morse going into second base. We've got Garrett Matthews shifting over to short, and Luke Lawhorn going into third. Now pitching for the Bears, number 11, Jess Brinson. All right, Jess is again a pitcher. Michael moves over to first. If I were a betting man, Paxton. I'm not sure if Paxton's going to the outfield or not, but Paxton may be heading down to the dugout or heading down to the bullpen to get loose just in case things don't go well with Jess. But I'm looking for Jess to close this inning out really well and then close the game in the next inning. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to mute things out and take a break. All right, the umpire cleaning the plate, getting ready. Now batting for the Eagles, number 8, Brighton Wilson. That brings up Brighton Wilson. Thank you. So Brighton's coming into the box, and Jess Brinson is the pitcher of record. Looking for good things out of Jess here. And all right, Brighton digs in, gives Jess the stink eye. Jess comes set, delivers. Strike one on the outside corner. Tillman has the play called, the first and third play called. So we'll see if the young fellas can execute whatever Tillman has called here if the runner goes. Jess comes set, delivers, and misses on the outside for a 1-1 count. Again, we've got 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. Runners on the corners, and Jess has a 1-1 count on the hitter Wilson. Jess comes set, delivers, ball low. Tillman blocks it up, and that brings the count to 2-1. Again, Jess Brinson comes set, checks the runners, delivers, and Brighton Wilson fouls it off for a 2-2 count. So here we are in the top of the sixth. The deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Dad, if you're watching on Facebook, that was for you. Jess comes set. He delivers. And Wilson fouls it off. And the count remains 2-2. I played a lot of ball in my lifetime, and one of my fondest memories is my dad telling me how the deuce is wild every time it happened. So, and Jess comes set. He delivers and misses upstairs. All right, so now Jess has a full count on the hitter. Runner at first will be moving here. Full count with 2 outs. Be a good time for a back pick, but Jess comes to the plate, fouls it off. Count remains full. Right fielder tosses the foul ball in to Coach at first. I think that is Coach Eastwood down there, if I'm not mistaken. All right, Jess comes set, checks the runner, delivers, and throws a strike. Fly ball to right field. Trent Sparks jogs over, makes the catch, gets us out of the inning. That was a great job by. That is a great job by Jess Brinson getting in there, getting in there and shutting them down, getting us out of the inning. Thank you guys for watching. This broadcast brought to you by Stalls Medical and Adaptive Vans. Now batting the pitcher, number 11, Jess Brinson. All right, Jess is going to lead us off here in the bottom of the 6th inning. We're in the heart of our lineup, 2, 3, 4. Jess hits the ball high. Center fielder does not get there, loses it in the lights, and it's over his head. So Jess does get to second base. I got to score a double. Now batting the first baseman, number 47, Mike Woodard. All right, that's going to bring up Mike Woodard here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Looking to break things open here. Levi Abner is still pitching for the Eagles. Levi comes to the plate. Curveball doesn't quite get back for ball 1. The young freshman's got a nice little curveball. Comes to the plate. Michael swings. The ball's up and out of play for a 1-1 count. Michael's hitting the ball well on the season, batting over 300 for the season. Looking for him to get another base knock here. And that ball misses low and away. Looks like Henry and Michael are having some kind of a conversation up there. And the pitcher comes to the plate and misses for a 3-1 count. So there again, Michael's going to be looking one pitch, one time, head hunting for something he can take a daddy hack at. Drive it deep. Again, Jess is the runner at second. Michael swings, fouls it off on to the left side, brings to a full count. Again, that gives us a full count here in the bottom of the sixth inning on Michael Woodard. Michael's playing first base now. Abner comes to the plate and misses on the inside, and that's going to give us runners on first and second. Now batting the catcher, number 12, Tillman Caskey. And brings up Tillman Caskey. The pitcher, the young pitcher, wants a new ball. Didn't like the way that one felt in his hand. As many curveballs as he throws, if it's got a cut in it, I'd keep it if I were him. Make that curveball just a little bit better. All right, Tillman, he digs in. Abner comes to the plate, and he misses on the outside for ball one. Henry's going to walk out. Yep. Actually, yeah, Henry's going to walk out. Coleman's a little young pitcher down. Abner doesn't quite like the baseball still. And Henry's telling him to shake it off and not to worry about it. But Tillman digs in. Abner addresses the plate, then steps off. All right, addresses the rubber. Abner comes set, delivers, and misses on the outside for a 2-0 count. Tillman's got a 2-0 count. He's head hunting for something that he can drive. He's looking one pitch, one time, as Coach Hardy says. And Tillman drives the ball down the third baseline. Jess is being waved on. Michael's on his way to third, and he holds him up. So that's a single by Tillman Caskey, and he moves up to on the air. Now batting, number 22, Caleb Morris. And so we got Caleb Morris digging into the box. Pinch runner for our catcher. I'm not sure who that was. And the pitcher comes to the plate. Yes, that was a ball. All right, so that's ball two. Caleb Morris is hitting for Paxton Reagan. And Abner starts with 2 balls on Caleb Morris. Abner comes to the plate and misses up for ball 3. Caleb probably given the take sign, but we've got runners on second and third, and called strike 1 for a 3-1 count. Looks like Evan McGuire is getting ready to hit for Khalil. And that ball is called strike 2 for a full count on Caleb. And Caleb turns on it, hits it down to third baseman. Third baseman throws it across the diamond, and it is in time, but not before we score one more run. Now batting number 17, Evan McGuire. All right, Evan digs in the box. And ball 1 misses on the inside. And ball 2. So Evans digging in. We've got an 8-0 lead with 1 out. Abner comes to the plate, misses high. So Evan now has a 3-0 count. I forgot to turn the speaker off. Evan now has a 3-0 count with 1 out. Hopefully that covered it up a little bit. And Evan takes strike 1 for a 3-1 count. Again, we've got 3-1 count here, 1 out in the. And nobody told me either. Yeah, we do, don't we? Caleb just got thrown out at first. And called strike 2 on the outside corner. That gives us a full count. He comes to the plate, swing and a miss for strike 3. Now batting number 15, Trent Sparks. That brings up Trent Sparks here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Looking to grab himself an RBI here. And that ball, he takes a strike on the outside corner. Doesn't quite like the call, but he doesn't have to, right? Abner comes set, checks the runner down there at third, and that ball's off the plate for a 1-1 count. Henry asks for time. Going to go calm his young pitcher down. Walks the ball halfway out there. Abner doesn't give him time. He meets him halfway. Young pitcher needs to learn to stay on the mound so his catcher can buy him a little more time next time. So Trent has a 1-1 count here. And Abner gets the sign from Henry. Nope, he steps off. All right, Abner gets his sign. Delivers. Trent drives the ball to right field. If fair, that's going to score one more. Trent gets it down into the corner. Trent rounds first. He's on his way to second. He's coming to third. He's getting waved to third, where coach holds him up. Now batting the second baseman, number 8. I'm sorry, the third baseman, number 8, Luke Lawhorn. And we're looking for Luke to get an RBI here so we can go home early. I just jinxed him, I'm sure. That curveball doesn't quite get back into the strike zone. All right, Abner comes set, delivers. Luke fouls it off for a 1-1 count. We have 2 outs here. Runner on third, Trent Sparks. We do have a 9-1 lead, guys. I'm sorry I didn't get that. Yeah, 9-0 lead. I didn't get that run across on the board. My apologies. Abner comes set, delivers. Luke drives the ball into center field. It's up. Center fielder's running, camps out under it, makes the catch, and of course I jinxed us from getting a little out of here a little bit early. Okay, that's going to take us to the top of the 7th inning, where the Bears still lead 9-0. Eagles are down to their last 3 outs. They're going to bring number 17, Zach Edwards, number 13, Landon Crochet, and number 1, Blake Dean to the plate. Trying to get back, get a few runs, maybe get enough to extend this game a little while. But Bears are looking for 3 outs pretty quick, and hopefully we'll get them and get on out of here. Thank you for watching this broadcast, brought to you by New Bern Live and Stalls Medical and Adaptive Vans. Now batting for the Eagles, the first baseman, number 17, Zach Edwards. That's going to bring Zach Edwards to the plate. That's going to bring number 17, Zach Edwards to the plate. Jess Brinson's still a pitcher of record. He comes to the plate, misses on the outside, where Edwards takes ball 1. Brinson is in his windup, delivers. Edwards put the ball in play. Michael can't quite make the play. The second, Garrett, does try to make the play to get it back over there, but Eagles got the leadoff hitter on. Now batting number 13, Landon Crochet. So the Eagles do have the leadoff runner on. Coach is calling for some wheels over there at first. Not sure who the runner is. Can't see his number. Sorry, folks, and sorry to his parents for not announcing him. That's going to bring up Crochet. Crochet. All right, Jess picks not in time. Jess comes set. He delivers. Force called, strike 1. I'd like to see Jess get around, ground ball to the shortstop here, flip a double play. Jess comes to the plate, misses just a little high. Sounds like they're closing the concession door, doesn't it? I think they're finished selling concessions. Jess comes set, checks the runner, and delivers, and called strike 2 on the outside corner. That gives Crochet a 1-2 count here in the top of the 7th inning. We're looking for Jess to roll a ground ball here. Jess comes set, delivers, misses a little low for a 2-2 count. Umpire gives it a 2-2 count sign. Jess picks, not in time. Jess comes set. Delivers. Misses upstairs for a full count. That gives the Eagles, again, runner on first. There's nobody out. And Landon has a full count here. Jess comes to the plate where he misses high for ball 4. The Eagles now have runners on first and second. Now batting, number 1, Blake Deem. That brings up Blake Deem. Tillman walked out there, calm his pitcher down. Umpire said he was taking a little too long, started to go out there to break it up, but Tillman turned around just in time. Jess gets his sign from Tillman. Jess comes to the plate, misses on the outside. All right, so Jess comes set. He delivers, and Dean fouls it off. That evens the count at 1. Evens the count 1-1 here. Jess comes set. Delivers. Curveball doesn't quite get back in there for 2-1 count. Tillman asks for time, gets a new baseball, and tosses it out there to Jess. Jess gets the sign. Comes set. Checks the runner at second. Delivers. And misses upstairs for a 3-1 count. Tillman asks for time again. I'm sorry. Coach Ellsworth is coming out just to calm his pitcher down. Tells the infield to go back to their spots, and he just wants to have a conversation with his pitcher. Probably telling him, we're telling him where he's doing wrong, not repeating his delivery, and telling him that he's all right. Umpire is walking out to break up the mound conversation. And Coach Ellsworth looks at him, tips his hat to him, tells him, "Yep, we know it's time for me to walk back to the dugout." So here we go. Action is about to start again. Again, we have a 3-1 count. Nobody out. Jess comes set. He delivers. And called strike 1 on the outside corner. That gives them a full count. Brinson gets the call from Caskey. Comes set. Delivers. For strike 3. For the first out of the inning. Now batting number 7, Austin Morris. Now, as I say, he's a ground ball away from getting out of this. Right, Rick?
Yes.
Ground ball to shortstop, turn a double play, and so what we need right here. Jess comes set. He checks the runner down there. Second, delivers, and misses on the outside. His shoulder's flying open. He's not keeping that front shoulder closed long enough, it looks like to me. But just comes set, delivers, and Morris puts it in play. And we can't quite get there. Ball's thrown back in. Now batting the third baseman, number 10, Caden Seamster. That brings up the third baseman, number 10, Caden Seamster. Rick reminds me we're still a ground ball away from getting out of it. Infield is back to be able to turn a double play. Seamster digs in. Jess misses just a little high. Jess comes in, and he gets the strike call on the corner. That's a great pitch. If he can live right there, that's going to be hard for him to hit. Anything but a weak ground ball to the outside or to the backside. That is a strike 2 on the outside corner. He just listened to me. He can't even hear me, and he's listening to me right there. So Jess now has a 1-2 count on the leadoff hitter for the Eagles, Caden Seamster. Jess comes to the plate for called strike 3. That gives us 2 outs. Brings up the senior catcher, Henry Weber. Now batting the catcher, number 2, Henry Weber. Like I said, that brings up the senior catcher, number 2, Henry Weber. Henry's always been a scrappy little player. Jess comes set, comes to the plate, misses high, ball gets to the backstop. He gets there quick, not in time, and the Eagles scratch one across. And runners move up to second and third. And now the Bears lead 9-1. All right, Jess, all the pressure's off. All he needs is a ground ball on the infield to get us out of it. Jess comes set, delivers, and Henry fouls it off. Michael gives chase, not in time. Ball is out of play. That evens the count at 1. Caleb Morris just about beat Michael to the fence over there. He was hustling his tail off trying to get to that fly ball also. That gives Henry a 1-1 count. Jess looking to finish this with this batter. Jess comes set and delivers, and he misses on the outside for a 2-1 count. All right, Jess gets his sign, delivers for called strike 2. And the deuce is wild here in the top of the 7th. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Jess comes set, delivers. Henry fouls it off. Count remains 2-2. Jess comes set, delivers, misses just upstairs. That gives a full count. Full count to the batter. Runners are not going to be moving because we do not have a runner on first, just on second and third. And the ball's in play to the shortstop. Garrett comes in, throws it across the diamond, makes the play for the out, for the third out of the game inning. And that is a ball game, folks. That and the Bears win 9-1. Again, Bears win. Thank you guys for watching. This broadcast has been brought to you by New Bern Live and Stahl's Medical and Adaptive Vans. Again, thank you for watching. Have a great night.